My students, welcome. This is very, very, very important. I want to teach you about high scoring vocabulary. Many a times you hear people talking great, refined English, and you think it is the finest English that you have ever heard. You know what? People are using vocabularies, not other big words that you might think, not other different words other than the ones you know. Let's go. Now, for example, we all know these words here. I know you know them. But if I begin talking to you in an upgraded English, you will not understand anything here. That is what people do, by the way. People don't know much English. They just elevate their vocabulary. Now, here in OMBASA English Academy, I'll elevate your vocabulary. Come with me. Now, we begin. The word weak, is a weak man. That table is weak. That is something that is common. We all know something weak. It is something that is not able to stand by itself. Now, instead of saying weak, you will say fragile, 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 fragile. Say fragile. Now, instead of using the word weak, say fragile. She is fragile. Don't say she is weak. When you say the word fragile in a village, that word is very, very key. That word will add you a lot of respect. So use fragile next time and avoid using weak, because we all know weak. That is something ordinary. We know that word. All right. Now, instead of using begin, those guys who are teachers, by the way, don't say, as I'm going to begin my speech. Good morning, students. It has been a great moment. Let's begin our exams. Now, don't say that. Say, let us commence. 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 I don't know if you know these things. Commence. By the way, no little things. It's just in little things. Commence. Let's commence the work. Let's commence the exam. So don't use begin. So students will be like, okay, mister, you are using begin. That's a word that we have heard all the time. Say commence. Now, instead of saying children, use offspring. 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 Say offspring. Now, instead of saying children, say offspring. Offspring is better. So elevate your grammar and move it to a top notch. Now, let's move to the next word. Effect. Effects of agriculture in Mesopotamia. Effect of trans-Saharan trade. Effects of the common markets. Effects of the forex exchange. Now, instead of saying effect, say impact. 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 The impact. 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 Now, let's move. Large. At times we use the word large, and we know the antonym of the word large is small. Now, can you tell me the other word that you can use? Use vast. Vast. The land was vast, and people will be like, this guy knows what he is doing. Vast. Let me write it properly. Vast. This is it. Vast. Vast. So it's vast. Something that is very, very large. We say it's vast. Another one is challenge. Challenge. Can you tell me what word will we fit in for challenge? Now, in challenge, we have many words. Number one, setback. Number two, hurdles. You can say hurdles. Are we together? So these are the words that you can use. You can say the setbacks in our projects, the hurdles in our projects. Are we together? So by saying the word setback, you have given us the big clue of what we call challenge. Another word, destroy, it's a simple word, but you can say demolish, demolish, demolish. I don't know if you are getting these words. Make sure that your vocabulary is elevated to a top notch so that you will speak like someone who has gone through an English masterclass. Let's move. Happy. At times we say people are happy. We say that everything, people were, let's say, people after attending the wedding, they all were happy and they went in a joyous mood. Now, can you give me another word that you will use instead of happy? Which word? Tell me the word. All right, we can say ecstatic. 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 If you don't like the word ecstatic, you can use elated. I'm teaching you these words so that when you get to the school, don't use the normal words. You are a teacher of English, but you are using the same words, happy, sad. Use an elevated vocabulary that you can say elated. The guys were elated. Those guys were ecstatic. It means happy. And if you move yourself to a top brim note, you can say cloud nine. That's more of literature, but you can say cloud nine. That means happiness. They were filled and all they climbed to cloud nine. That means happiness. All right, let's move. End. Can you tell me? End. Okay, tell me. As I end here my speech, some of you give speeches and people are like, as I end here. And we are like, wait a minute. Is this person learned? Say conclude. 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 Or if you don't want to use the word conclude, use which word? Can you guess? All right, guess as I write it. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. I beg to stop here. Or in a nutshell, I was saying that we must make sure that the younger people or the guys who are at the bottom must be moved to the top so that our economy will move and run smoothly. All right, come with me. Rich. This is the common word. I know you want to be rich, but now can you tell me a synonym of the word rich? Which word will we call or refer someone who is rich? Tell me that one. Write in the comment section. Write in the comment section. Rich. Write to me in the comment section. I'm waiting for you. Now, instead of saying rich, we will call you, can you tell me? Rich. What is the other name for rich? Affluent. 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 That's the noun. But now when we get to know, let's say, how do we call it? Now that action of being rich, or the wealth that is garnered by an affluent person, it's called affluency. You can begin a speech and say, the affluent guy had greater or vast amount of affluency. The affluent person. Are we together? When you mention the word affluent, we get to know that it's all about riches. Now, I want to give you work. This is my homework to you today. I want you to find the good word, the high vocabulary of the word poor. Go and find about poor, and when you get back, write to me in the comment section. Thank you so much. May you have a good moment. Thank you so much. Goodbye.